will begin the session, sir. They are joining, sir. Sir, I will do share the screen, sir. Dear friends, issues, I think the session was, we are going to begin again. Those who joined late, I would like to just give one. I welcome each one of you for our milestone webinar session, 300 webinar session on the topic creativity. Today with us, Professor Dr. Gadravan sir, the Dean of Social Science and Head of the Department of Psychology, Periyar University, Salem. And he's going to share his experiences with us, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. So the products of creativity is called as creative thought. Sometimes it is known as divergent thought. Okay. Usually it should be, well, it should have the originality and appropriateness. Originality and appropriateness. Probably I will share this story with you people. I don't remember, but let me again share this. Whenever I come across the word divergent thinking, okay, I used to think of the word divergent thinking also. Even I used to share this story with my students. They used to call, sir, what is divergent thinking? Actually, you know that ring powder is the fast moving consumer goods. Okay? So whenever you want to launch the product, you have to do the market survey. Based on the results of the market survey, any company will launch the product. But ring powder was the fast moving consumer good, okay, which is non-durable too, in the South Asian region. So the company wants to launch the product directly in the Middle East. And they have made arrangements, they have launched the product. They have launched the product. Then, you know, there is a lot of amusement and creativity with the advertisements, and they made the beautiful advertisements with the neon light and all. In the first figure, one lady is showing the dirty white cloth. In the second figure, the same white cloth was immersed in the bucket of water.
Sir, you are on mute, sir. You have to unmute yourself. Yes.
I am not touching anything, sir. It's going mute.
Yes, sir.
I am speaking. I'm speaking through the headphone. Okay. So they have made a beautiful advertisement in 3 slides. In the first figure, one lady showing the dirty white cloth, and in the second figure, the dirty white cloth is immersed in the bucket of water which contains ring powder. And in the third figure, the same lady is showing the beautiful white cloth, sparkling white cloth, right? But after launching the product, with these advertisements in the television and neon boards, no one has purchased even a single packet of rain. The company has spent a lot of amount. So what they did was, again, they have sent some of the people from the marketing research department to do the market survey. You know, they have identified the funniest reason. People in the Middle East used to read from right to left, not from left to right. Not from left to right. Only we people, we are reading from left to right. People in the Middle East, they used to read from, in Urdu and they used to read from right to left. Now look at the message of the 3 figure. If you are using the pure white cloth, will become dirty by using the ring powder. So there sometimes the creativity becomes eccentric. This is the best example. Without understanding the market, without understanding your consumer, without understanding your customer, if you are going for creative advertisements, that will be like a self-sabotage for your own product. Right. So it is simply an act of making something new. So just look at the right side of the slide. It's impossible to explain creativity. It's like asking a bird, how do you fly? You just do. You just do. Next slide. So as I mentioned earlier, people are expecting that always we should have some new product, etc., out of creativity. So for them, we have the classification of creativity. There are 2 types of creativity. 2 types of creativity. Then one is the big C creativity. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Somebody is muting me, somebody is unmuting me. I don't understand what's going on. You're doing some creative thing? Okay. Okay. What is the big C creativity? So for those who are looking for always the best product or the new output, okay, for those people, they have proposed 2 types of creativity. for those people, we have the big C creativity. Big C creativity. So what is big C creativity? It involves special talent, socially productive, or eminent and attributed creativity. Eminent and attributed creativity. Just think of A.R. Rahman, Artie Berman, uh, Ilayaraja. If you look at these people, others kindly mute your audio. Okay, so the special talent, socially productive things, eminent and attributed creativity. Eminent and attributed creativity. Recently, you would have heard the death news of Kanti G. Subramanian at Coimbatore. Okay, if you ask me, that is the socially productive creativity. Whatever he did for the society is the socially productive creativity. So for the last 30 years, he has never shown his photo to anyone else. He never allowed anybody to take a photo of himself. But he has done marvelous work. He has contributed a lot to the society. That can be identified as socially productive creativity. Then, studying creativity in people who excel in the domain of activities, such as artists and scientists. It is the achievement of something remarkable and new. For example, Newton's fall of apple, or Einstein's E is equals to mc square. Darwin's theory of evolution. Something which transforms and changes a field or the world. That is known as big C creativity. It is accepted by experts as being of scientific, aesthetic, social, or technological value. Technological value. This type of creativity is commonly viewed as the innate special ability that is possessed by few extraordinary individuals. Few extraordinary individuals. So even I have studied physics, but I can't be an IHG. So I can't be Thomas Alva Edison, or I can't be Newton. But I have studied physics. That is one side. But these kind of people, they have exhibited a special talent. They own the name. They own the name for the contribution. So this is called as big C creativity. The next slide, please. The little C creativity. Okay, always we have the opposite for people like us. So little C creativity. What is little C creativity? Normally, little C creativity is known as it is self-actualizing, self-satisfying, purely personal, or everyday life. In everyday life, or small things are inherent creativity, right? Here we are using our universal human ability for creativeness. So everyone is creative to some extent and can develop the creative ability further. Everyone is creative to some extent and we can develop our creative ability to further. See, this is the basic reason we believe that people are educable, people are trainable. People are educable, people are trainable. Okay, it is concerned with how people apply their creativity to solve everyday life problems and to overcome obstacles of mild to moderate levels of difficulty. So it is concerned with how we are applying our creativity to solve everyday life problems and to overcome obstacles of mild to moderate levels of difficulty. For example, in the day-to-day life, quickly if you are capable of solving the problem, okay, that is considered as the output of your creativity. Output of your creativity. So the term problem or problem solving creativity research refers to any task at hand that gives opportunities for improvement and challenges for change. The term problem or problem solving. Okay, the term problem or problem solving. See, many of us are capable of giving problem to others, but very few people are solving our own problems. Many of us are highly capable of, we have the potential, high potential to create the problem for other people very easily and for our own self. But how many of us are capable of solving our own problem? Okay, that's very important in the creativity. So whether you have the opportunities for improvement and whether you have the opportunities for challenges and change. Challenges and change. Right? So the term problem or problem solving in creativity research is utilized here whether we have the potential opportunities for our growth. Whether we have the potential opportunities for our growth. Then, when you take the creativity, there is called as 4P perspectives. 4P perspective. What are the 4 P's to be connected or 4 P's to be considered in creativity? The first P stands for person. First P stands for person. It concerns with identifying the various traits, various qualities that promote creative behavior. That promote creative behavior. For example, you know the difference between aptitude and ability. Aptitude is the inherent or innate potentiality of an individual to acquire knowledge and skill in one field or many fields. Ability is the capacity to perform after learning or training. So many of the creative people, they have the aptitude, innate potentiality. Based on the creativity research, probably know the Paul Torrance, who used to call us the father of creativity, and based on lot of research he has done and with his associates, finally they have identified that there are certain traits, there are certain qualities which contributes to the creativity. Likewise, if you consider with the person, you have to identify what are the traits, the enduring quality, the enduring nucleus of the behavior, which can promote the creative behavior. So either it may be due to your aptitude, inherent potentiality, or you may, due to the training, you would have developed that quality. So person. Then product. In product, creativity is defined by creative output as reflected in idea, or the product has to be assessed by two or more independent judges. How it has the originality. From there you can assess the product, and if many people, two or more judges, normally in psychology we used to utilize the word judges, but generally two or more people, the judges here indicate, reflects the eligible people or qualified people, whatever it may be. So if two or more independent judges, if they rate the product or output, okay. So here the creativity is related with your output. Previously the person indicates creativity is related with your enduring quality, the traits. Then here the product, it is related with your output. Then the third P stands for PRUS, the pressurizing environment. It is concerned with examining the psychosocial and environmental factors that either facilitate or undermine creativity. See, for the later side, when Sachin Tendulkar was in the peak, okay, people used to make a fun like this. See, even for Sachin Tendulkar is possible only when he get a chance. So the environment, from the age of 16 onwards, he was provided with so many opportunities. That is why he became the number one batsman in the world at his time. So the PRUS, the psychosocial and environmental factors which promotes the creativity. Then process talks about that how we can identify and study the creative process, the thinking strategies or techniques or tools we are using to be creative. Thinking techniques or tools we are using to be creative. So the 4 P's talks about person, product, and plus talks about psychosocial and environmental factors. Then the process. So these are 4 P's of creativity. Next slide. If you take creativity, there are 4 types of creativity. See, creativity is possible because of your cognitive process or because of your emotion. Then the other aspect is creativity is possible with your deliberate attempt. The quest for knowledge, which would have helped you to be creative. So deliberative. Sometimes it may be spontaneous. Then it is like the Johann window. So cognitive deliberate attempt. The best example is Thomas Alva Edison. So he was keep on attempting, and for your information, he has delivered his first success telegraph at the age of 63. For many of us, 63 is the retirement age. After 58 or 60, we thought that is the retirement age, right? And recently, one of the study quoted that many of the CEOs, the effective CEOs, are with the age of 60 to 70. Okay? The recent example is Joe Biden, elected as the president of America. If at all you read his story, okay, he has lost so many things and he has suffered with so many problems with his body. And finally, after losing his son, wife, and all, now he became the president of America at the age of 77. Okay, so it's a deliberate attempt. It's a kind of deliberate attempt. So Thomas Alva Edison, he made deliberate attempts over and again, and finally he became the owner of more than 150 products. So it's known as cognitive deliberate attempt. Then Cognitive, but it's spontaneous. Newton's fall of apple. Newton's fall of apple. So we have Newton's law. Each and every action has equal and opposite reaction, which is the popular third law of Newton. So Newton, he was doing the research on the gravitational forces and that, and many days he was unable to get the solution with his laboratory. So he used to come around into the garden and used to sit down in the particular apple tree. One day, when the apple was falling, every day he was watching. But one day he got the spontaneity. He has identified the Newton's law of gravitational force. So it is the cognitive attempt, but it's not deliberate. But spontaneously it was happened. Spontaneously it was happened. But if you take the Thomas Alva Edison's effort, it is the consistent effort, deliberate attempt. Then emotional, which is emotional and deliberate. Emotional, which is deliberate. See, the best example is Archimedes' Eureka. Archimedes' Eureka, which is called as aha experience in the insight learning by Kochler. Insight learning by Kochler. So the best example is Archimedes' Eureka. Okay? The displacement law. Okay? When he was lying down in the bathtub, some water was going out, and he has identified the law. Then they have used the law to identify the weight of the gold. Initially, he has applied the law. With his king, he has applied the law to identify the weight of the gold. So it is the emotional but deliberate attempt. Then emotional, spontaneous. The best example is all the artists are all of us. Most of us are emotional and spontaneous. Especially many of the bathroom singers. They have the emotional, spontaneous attempt. The bathroom singers are good in emotional, spontaneous attempt. But artists and musicians, okay, they are coming under this category. So we can categorize the creativity based on the cognitive quality and the emotional aspect. When the cognitive quality is deliberative, okay, we have cognitive deliberate attempt. The best example is Thomas Alva Edison. Cognitive spontaneous is Newton. Then emotional deliberate is experience Archimedes, or even insight learning by Kochler. Then emotional spontaneous, almost all the artists and musicians. Okay, the next slide. What is creative process? What is creative process? So, though it is deliberative or spontaneous, the theory of unconscious motivation of Freud says that whatever you got outside of the whatever you got in this world, okay, 90% of these things which are unconscious, which have been already processed in your mind, suddenly it will not come. Suddenly it will not come. So, preparation for creativity, the creative process requires the first step is preparation. The first step is preparation, either deliberate attempt or spontaneous attempt, whatever it may be, you have to prepare. So, acquisition of skills, techniques, information. In the simplest term, think of your examinations. Okay, so we are keep on overloading us. And many of us have the habit of preparing for the examination only 1 or 2 days before the examination. Only on seeing the hall ticket and timetable, we'll sit and prepare for the examination. So preparation. Then incubation. So within the incubation is the stage. The solution to the problem is processed in your unconscious mind. Incubation is the stage where the solution to the problem is processed in the unconscious mind. So, best example is when you are going for the examination on the particular day, that too for the toughest paper like cognitive psychology or something, you can see your face, how you are happy with your facial expression. Okay? So people used to ask, whether don't you sleep yesterday night, or what you did throughout the night, whether you have studied throughout the night. Okay? Like we are going like we don't know anything. Then insight or illumination. Once you get the question paper and if you know the answers to some of the question, then you have the 100 watts bulb in your face. That is illumination. But in creativity, incubation is the stage where the solution for the problem is going in the unconscious mind, and illumination, sudden flash of idea. Or insight, you have a sudden flash of idea. Then, one of the basic quality of creative people is once if they get the solution, they will not be satisfied. They will be trying the solution over and again, and even they will be trying to find out the shortcuts for the solution. That comes your verification, evaluation, and elaboration. Verification, evaluation, and elaboration. So preparation, where mentally you are preparing yourself or physically you are acquiring particular skill, whatsoever it may be. And incubation, you are processing the information in your subconscious and unconscious, and you are in the vague and ambiguous stage. Then insight or elimination, you got some solution, it's like the aha experience. Then verification, creative people will not be satisfied with the solution they got. They will be again and again verify the solution, and they will elaborate the solution, and if possible they will be adding something also. Then next slide. What is the nature and characteristics of creativity? What's the nature and characteristics of creativity? Creativity is the universal quality. So everyone is creative. Already I mentioned everyone is creative. Then it may be innate or it may be acquired. So innate as well as acquired process. Then produces something new or novel. Produces something new or novel. So out of the creativity, some new idea or novel objects are expected. Then it is adventurous as well as it involves open thinking. Okay, adventurous as well as open thinking. It carries ego involvement. It carries ego involvement. Some people, they will be keep on doing things just because to satisfy their own ego, not to satisfy anything, not to get money, not to get the name and fame, but to satisfy their own ego. Then we have wide scope for creativity. Then the creativity rests most of the time on the divergent thinking. Most of the time the rest on the divergent thinking. Next slide. It cannot be separated from intelligence. It cannot be separated from intelligence, because there are many arguments in psychology whether all intelligent people are creative or creative people are intelligent. Likewise, we have so many arguments, but it cannot be separated from your intelligence, because intelligence is the aggregate global capacity of the individual to think rationally, act purposefully, and deal effectively with our own environment. So even creative people, they have to live in their own environment. You have to live with your society. So you cannot separate the intelligence with the intelligence and creativity separate exactly. But the funniest thing is creativity and intelligence are not positively correlated. Creativity and intelligence are not positively correlated. The simple reason is the intelligent people, they will be taking calculated risk, but the creative people, they will take any amount of risk. Creative people, they will take any amount of risk. Then creativity and achievement are not correlated. Okay, achievement, you know what kind of examination we are having that nowadays. I'm not talking about that. But achievement, most of the time, we talk about the achievement in terms of grade attained or some output. But creativity, we are looking for the satisfaction of self. Satisfaction of self. So creativity and the achievement which we determine on the name of mark, grade, etc., it may not go hand in hand. It may not go hand in hand. That sociability and creativity are negatively correlated. Sociability and creativity are negatively correlated. The simple reason is most of the time creative people behave in an eccentric fashion. So on the name of normality, we are trying to cheat the other person. We are trying to please the other person on the name of cheating, or with the intention of cheating, and we behave as if the other people will behave, or as if the society expects. But creative people, they have the originality, and with the original expression, they are undermined by the society. That's why many of the creative people are not sociable. Not sociable. So sociability and creativity are negatively correlated. Okay. Creativity and anxiety often go together. Creativity and anxiety often go together. T.S. Eliot, he has beautifully said, anxiety is the handmaiden of creativity. Anxiety is the handmaiden of creativity. Next slide, please. Okay. What are the creative problems or abilities? Because already I mentioned that it is either innate or it's acquired. Innate or acquired. So whatsoever it may be, when we talk about the first P, personality traits, are the traits of the person with the creativity. The traits. We have to assess the creativity of the person based on certain landmarks. Okay. So those landmarks are viewed as the creative problem solving abilities. creative problem solving abilities. So the first one ability is fluency. The first ability is fluency. Then creative people, they don't have any inhibition or hesitation to express themselves. So fluency. Then flexibility. Creative people are extremely flexible. Creative people are extremely flexible. Okay. Then they know how to elaborate the things. That's like the fourth important step in creative process. So they will go for verification, then evaluation and elaboration. Okay. Once they normally once we attain a particular solution, okay, when we are an intelligent person, okay, we don't need to waste our energy, time, and all the other resources. So we'll be going for the next thing. But creative people, they will not be satisfied. Their ego will not allow them to be satisfied with only one way or only one solution. They'll be elaborating it and they'll be looking for some other solution. They'll be looking for some other solution. So the elaboration, originality. Originality is the trademark of creative people. Originality is the trademark of creative people. And complexity. Because of the complexity, they are not sociable. People are unable to understand their complexity. Not that they are incapable. Okay, we are unable to understand the complexity of creative people. That's why we call them as eccentric. Then risk taking. Risk taking. Okay. So always I admired Thomas Alva Edison for this risk taking. Risk taking. So he beautifully quoted, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Then imagination. Okay, without imagination, nothing is possible. In Tamil, there is a popular song by Kannadasan. Paravai Kandan Vimanam Padaithan. Paravai Kandan Vimanam Padaithan. So people have observed the birds. Only from the behavior of the birds, Wright brothers have invented the airplane. Wright brothers have invented the airplane. So imagination. There is no limit for our imagination. There is no limit for our imagination. Then breadth of interest. Creative people have the wide variety of interests. That's why they have the originality. Then commitment. They are 101% committed people, not even 100% committed. Then concentration. They used to focus a lot on the things in their hands. Then independence. They're always looking for the freedom, autonomy. Then they have the persistence. This is the important quality for the creative people. Persisting with the problem, persisting with the things in the hand. And reflection. They're highly capable of reflecting what they know, what they understood. And sensitivity. They are hypersensitive to problem. Sensitivity is not only their sensitivity to the problems too. Whether we have creative people will be focusing on the ordinary problem as well as the extremely difficult problem. Okay? They won't undermine the ordinary problem because ordinary problem is the source for many of the creative process. Right. So they have a lot of tolerance and tolerance of ambiguity. Uncertainty will occur at many places for the creative people, but they have the tolerance and the perseverance for the ambiguity. Then they are ready to take action at any moment. Okay, they are not man of words, they are man of action. Then expression of total personality. Whatever they do, whatever they express, they will expressing their own total personality. Then sense of humor. So even for the normal joke, they will be laughing with the fullest expression. That's why we call them as eccentric. Then what is the seven principles of creativity? Okay, the 7 principles. Next slide, please. The 7 principles of creativity. The first one is curiosity. Next slide, please. Curiosity. The curiosity is the quest for knowledge and quest for continuous improvement. So don't think that only when you produce something high you are the creative person. Absolutely no. If you have the quest for knowledge and quest for continuous improvement, okay, so that is the hallmark of creativity. So curiosity. Then think independently. We have to develop the habit of learning from our experiences. Either it may be from your experiences or from your mistakes. Either it may be from your experience or it may be the vicarious learning too or observational learning too. Then sharpen your senses. We have to be sharp with all the senses. Then we have to embrace uncertainty. We should be in a position to manage the uncertainty and managing the change. Then we should balance logic and imagination, which means we should have the whole brain thinking. Whole brain thinking. Actually, Paul Tarrant's the father of creativity, okay, who worked with the brain researchers. And you might be coming across the split brain research of Sperry and all, and right brain is the creative brain, emotional brain, left brain is the logical brain, and all other stories. But to be creative, right brain function should be more, but at the same time, we should use the whole brain process. Only then we will be producing something. We'll be producing something, our output is possible. Otherwise, our creativity will be limited just with expression and satisfaction. Expression and satisfaction. So balance your body and mind, which means the body, mind, fitness, balance logic and imagination, which talks about whole brain thinking. Then balance your body and mind. Body and mind. So we should keep fit the body and we should keep fit the mind. Then make new connections, systems thinking. Nowadays, after the introduction of computers, we are nowadays using the word systems thinking. Okay, each and every area is taken as the separate systems, and how to connect. Instead of connecting the dots, we are connecting the different systems. So, making connections through systems thinking. So, this is the 7 principles which are required for creativity. Then, how to become more creative? How to become more creative? Okay, we should reframe the problems. We should reframe the problems. Then we should connect, combine, and cross-pollinate the ideas. Okay, cross-pollinate the ideas. We should go for the brainstorming. Then we should make the practice of paying attention. Many a times we don't pay our attention. That's why we have lost something. So practice paying the attention. Make habitats creativity friendly. Means make the environment, the nature or home environment creativity friendly. Then use constraints to promote creativity. Use incentives, prompt feedback, and gamification. Probably everybody knows nowadays the term gamification. Application of typical elements of the, what happened with the PowerPoint? Application of the typical elements of the game for some other purpose, or to set the target and to achieve something based on the game. So gamification. Then participate in creative teams. Sometimes we may not be creative individually, but when we work collaboratively, when we work in the team environment, right, based on input from the other people, we will be creative. So we should learn the art of participating in creative teams. Then make play as the regular part of your life, because with the play you have the expression for your body. That's what make play a regular part of your life. And you should believe that you can be creative and solve problems. You should believe that's the most important thing. You should believe that you can be creative and solve the problems. What is the role of parents in promoting the creativity, or providing the opportunities for the growth of creativity among children? Then the first one is provide the resources they need for creative expression. Children need the space for creative expression because they require a lot of time for unstructured activities, child-directed activities, imaginative play, and etc. So if you always give the direction, with the adult direction, they cannot think beyond your direction. So provide the resources they need for creative expression. Make your home a petri dish for creativity. Petri dish, it's a jargon. Petri dish actual meaning is something. But what is the meaning of petri dish? Petri dish in the creativity is home should be a place for wide variety of opportunities. Or the home environment should promote so many things. What kind of things the home environment can promote under the petri dish? So, for example, where we should provide the gap time for our kids. Then we should be in a position.
Sir,
I don't know why I am muted frequently. Who is muting me? Hello? Suresh?
Sir, please continue, sir.
யார் மியூட் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கிறது நீ?
No, sir. இல்ல.
வேற ஏதாவது ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிட்டு இது?
இல்ல, no one is, sir. Please.
இல்ல, வெப்எக்ஸ் சரி பண்ணி வச்சு மியூட் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும்.
இல்ல, maybe this is the first time hearing.
நான் ஹெட்போன்ல பேசிட்டு இருக்கறதால நான் தொடவே இல்லை.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, coming back to the point. So we should give the good group of people, friends, right? So normally nowadays we have the tendency, not during the COVID-19, in general, we have the tendency not to allow the kids to play with anybody else. Okay, so we are making the kids to because of our own protection, we make the kids to be in the home, and nowadays many of the kids are encountering the problems of non-sociability and unable to pay the attention on other people too, or they are totally insensitive to the people. Okay? Rather, they are sensitive to the gadgets, and that too, due to this COVID, nowadays almost all the kids are gadget sensitive only, not people sensitive. So, but you have to give the environment. So, allow kids the freedom and autonomy to explore the ideas and do what they want. Allow kids the freedom and autonomy to explore the ideas and do what they want. Okay, we should not be so bossy. Don't be so bossy. So it means you have to give the space for the kids, okay, so that they can have the complete expression of their ideas. Some people, I have noticed some people, okay, see, you should not touch this place, you should not touch this one. See, depending on our economical condition, we may be careful with certain articles or certain household articles. But everywhere, every time, we should not compel the kids. If everything in the home is a spick and span, then it should be the museum. It should be the museum. Home is the lively place, so sometimes it may be messy. We have to accept the reality. You have to accept the reality. Only when you accept the messy nature of the child, the creative attitude will be grooming. So that's very important with the parents. And many parents, on the name of the cost, we are not ready to allow our children to get the expression for the creativity. That is the reason the kids are nowadays creative with the gadgets. Okay, they are creatively identifying all the unwanted networks and they are watching the unwanted things. They're creative in that place. Then encourage children to read for pleasure and participate in arts. Give children the opportunity to express divergent thought. For example, if you give responsibility to children, then obviously they will take the responsibility, they will shoulder the responsibility and deliver the best. For example, I used to quote the parents with this simple example. When you are traveling in the bus, you will be getting the tickets. And many of us think that only we will be keeping the ticket safe and we will be missing the ticket. But if you give the tickets to your kid, the 7 or 8-year-old kid or 4-year kid, this is the important property, you have to keep it safe. You can see that even after 2 or 3 washes the dress, okay, you can see the torn pieces of the tickets in their packet. That much they are ready to keep it safe. We think that they are being the adult, we are safe and they are unsafe. Unsafe, but we have to give that responsibility. Children are highly capable of shouldering the responsibility. Only children, those who experience this kind of responsibility, they become the responsible citizen in the society. So not only it talks about the creativity, even the responsible citizen for the society. Then don't reward children for exhibiting creativity, because once if you give reward for exhibiting creativity, then they will focus on the outcome rather than the quality. So you just encourage them. Even you can do in a better manner. Think about doing in a better manner. You have to encourage them to do it in a better manner, but you should not reward the child for exhibiting creativity. Then try to stop caring what your kids achieve. Okay, so don't focus on the achievement of the kid, rather see the expression and enjoyment of your kid, whether they are happy, whether the kids are satisfied. So only these kind of children will become creative in the later stage. Then next slide. When you continue with the role of parents, okay, then we can call the 5-step process. The first one is imagine. Imagine. So for the kids, we have to tell them how to imagine certain things. We have to give some examples to spark ideas. If for example you remember your grandpa or grandmother, okay, they would have told you so many stories. Okay, like the king comes and rescued these many people, and they flew in the sky with their horse. Like that, we have so many stories, but these kind of stories in the olden days, the grandpa and grandmother did the stories. Okay? Nowadays, we don't know and we don't share these kind of stories with the kids too. But these kind of examples, we have to show the example to spark ideas. We have to show the examples to spark ideas. As I already mentioned, the Kannadasan song, only from the bird, right? Brothers have achieved the target, the airtime. Then encourage messing around. So don't expect the child to be neat, clean, etc. They allow them to mess around so that they will get the solution. In Tamil, there is a proverb. குழம்பிய குட்டையிலிருந்து தான் மீன் பிடிக்க முடியும். So only when the pond is messed up, you will get the fish. You will get the fish. So encourage them to mess around. Then create. The second step is create. Provide a wide variety of materials. So within our limitation, within our income, try to provide wide variety of materials. Nowadays, so many play articles, play materials are available through online for encouraging the child to be creative. Then embrace all type of making. Embrace all type of making. So even with the number game, even with the word game, likewise we came across certain games in our childhood. So with those games, how they are expressing creative idea, you should encourage them. You should encourage them. Don't stick on with one kind of product. Rather, you can encourage them to identify the new thing. Embrace all types of making. Then play. Here you have to emphasize the process, not the product. Okay? And provide a lot of time. Encourage them with a lot of time, okay, for projects. Next thing. Next slide. Next slide. Then share. Then share. Actually, here we have to play the role of the matchmaker. We have to play the role of the matchmaker. So we have to share our ideas and matching with the child's idea and encourage the child. Don't find out the fault with the child, rather encourage the child. Get involved as a collaborator. So normally we used to say that when you play with the child, you should go to their level and you should play with them. Okay, that's what insisted here. Get involved as a collaborator. Get involved as a collaborator. Then reflect. The fifth aspect is reflect. You have to ask the questions, authentic questions. Okay, how did you justify this? How did you realize this? How did you felt that? Likewise, you have to encourage the child with authentic questions. That way, they will be trying to provide the concrete output, concrete idea, or concrete results. Then share your own reflections. So it's a kind of brainstorming. Share your own reflections with the child. That way, the child will be focusing on developing the creative ability. Next slide. How can we foster creativity as a teacher? Okay, fostering creativity in the educational institution. That's also very important. So establishing purpose and intention. For example, in your college or school, once if I identify some people are eccentric, right? Identify them and give them with the odd kind of work or hard work. So that not hard work, odd work, not the usual work, not the routine work. So that they will be engaging themselves, and sometimes who knows, they will become next Einstein or Pythagoras. Right? Then building basic skills. Building basic skills. What are the basic skills required for creativity? Already we have seen fluency, originality, divergent thinking, etc. So arrange the activities in the classroom or arrange the activities in the college level in such a way that people have the various opportunities for catering their diversified needs. Okay. Encourage the acquisition of domain-specific knowledge. Encourage the acquisition of domain-specific knowledge. Here comes people are capable of learning or training. So once you identify that the particular person is good in a particular aspect, so encourage them to acquire domain-specific knowledge. And for your information, I'm sorry to share this information, but it has to be shared. If at all you look the new inventions in the most of the Western countries, or they came out of the college or universities, or they come out of the college or universities. What happened with the Indian situation? Just think for it, it's for your own reflection. So encourage acquisitions of domain specific knowledge, which was missing here. Then stimulating and rewarding curiosity and exploration. So the experiences in the classroom should be stimulating. That is why nowadays we have a brainstorming sessions or group discussion. Likewise, we have wide variety of activities at the college level, even at the school level. People have started, which can be catering the diversified needs of the students. Then building motivation. Encourage the individual to be internally motivated. Already I have mentioned one thing for the parents: never reward the child for the creative expression. So here at the adult level, you have to emphasize them to be internally motivated. They should know how to find the self gratification, self satisfaction. And encouraging confidence and willingness to take risks. Encourage confidence and willingness to take risk. For example, nowadays we can provide some of the opportunities with science, even with the social science. We can provide the projects to the individual. We need not bother about the product, but what they learned out of the project. So these kind of experiences certainly will promote the confidence as well as willingness to take risk. Next slide. Focusing on mastery and self-competition. Focusing on mastery, self-competition. Then promoting supportable beliefs about creativity. Then you have to provide opportunities for choice and discovery. Then you have to develop the self-management skills, which are nowadays called as the metacognitive skills. Then we have to teach the techniques and strategies for facilitating creative performance. Then we have to provide balance. Balance here indicates, for instance, if we take the CBSE method, they are not focusing only on the mark, rather they are focusing on the social skills and other related skills, because the wholesome personality will be developed just not because of the cognitive abilities or the acquisition of marks, but with the social skills. That's why they have changed from the mark system to grade system, and they have graded all the other activities of the CBSE students. So those kind of activities should be incorporated even at the college level, which will be helpful to promote the creativity among college students too, the students and higher education students too. Then the next slide. Firstly, how to facilitate students' creativity. Okay. So here we can talk about the pathway 1, pathway 2 and all. Even I am not able to read these things. I am also wearing spectacles. It's very, very difficult. Then when the PowerPoint is shared, you can go through this. Next slide. What's the benefit of creativity? Remember, it promotes clarity. With creativity, you have clarity. It removes your motivation. Even at the age of 70 or 80, you'll be motivated to do further better. Then it enhances critical thinking. Then helps to see in a bigger perspective. The writer Sujata once he was beautifully quoted. Right? He was an engineer, and he was beautifully quoted. After the age of 70, even if I'm going to bathroom without disturbance, the toilet in the morning without disturbance, that is the great achievement. Likewise, we have to learn to see things from the bigger perspective. Then, improve productivity. Though we are not insisting about the product out of creativity, but definitely our human productivity will be increased. We will be using the brain productively, at least with the creativity. Then it promotes positivity. Normally, you could notice one thing: creative people normally they will try to damage the property of the other people. Whereas they will be doing the self-damage, self-sabotage, but they never try to attempt to damage the property of the other people or hurt the other people. That itself is the greatest good for the society. That promotes logical thinking too. So once if identified, definitely they will be going for re-evaluation or elaboration. So it will be promoting our logical thinking. Then ultimately, what's essential in the society is you have to be happy. So when you are creative with your creative expression, definitely you will be happy. And I thank Suresh Kumar and the other organizers associated with this program for providing me the wonderful opportunity to be a part of the 300th webinar. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you, Suresh, specifically. Thank you, Subha. Thank you, Veena. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session on creativity. Who else could do justice for this topic? Thank you so
That
much. And
is within a 1 minute preparation.
sir, yes, sir, that too with in a short notice. Only you could do that, sir. Thank you so much, and lot of informations on creativity for self, for parents, and whatnot. All the big C's, small C's, the four P's, everything, and it really takes some more time for us to be creative and come with creative ideas of our own. Thank you
Yeah,
so
ask Suresh
much.
to, ask Suresh to share the PowerPoint. He's having the PowerPoint. Let him just share the PowerPoint. You can have a glance.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. And like I say, it's always pleasure listening to you and getting your knowledge. I mean, you are always a pleasure to the ears and eyes also. Thank you so much, sir. And participants, now is the forum for question and answers, and I'm so happy to facilitate the question and answer session. If you have any questions, kindly put in the chat box, or you could unmute yourself and go ahead with the question. The chat box is flooded with feedbacks and excellent session. Thank you very much, sir. Wonderful session.
Sir, can I ask one question, sir?
Yes, please,
Sure.
ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes. One doubt, sir. In
Please.
creativity and intelligence cannot be separated, and also creativity and intelligence are not positively correlated. Can you explain, please?
Yes. Yeah. So that's what I said. Actually, if you break the definition of the intelligence, you can easily understand. Intelligence refers to an aggregate global capacity of an individual to think rationally, logically, purposefully, and deal effectively with their environment. So, if you take any theories of intelligence, all are put together, it's the aggregate global capacity. So, finally, it should lead us to think rationally, logically, purposefully, and deal effectively with our environment. So, intelligent people normally will not take the enormous amount of risk. They will take the calculated risk. Again, from the Thomas Alva Edison only I can make it to understand. See, Thomas Alva Edison, probably I would have shared this experience in some other platform too, but I don't remember. See, actually, Edison was having a lab which worth more than 3 lakh pounds on those days. And the lab was insured only for 3,000 pounds. Only for 3,000 pounds. Then, one day Edison's dog, it was jumping on the phosphorus lamp, and the entire lab was firing. But the flame is touching the sky. Edison was shouting. His son name was James something. James, where is your mother Maria? So at that moment, James was very, very happy. So my father has this much of love for the mother. Indeed, you love the mother so much. Now you are searching for the mother. Edison said, no. See, just look at that. How the flame is touching the sky. Maria will not get an opportunity to see this kind of thing. Right. So the important thing is, if the lab is fired, we are intelligent people. If the lab is fired, immediately we'll be worrying about how much we have insured, how the firefighters will come and cut the fire, and how much amount we will be getting back. Like us, will be worrying too much. So we will take the calculated risk, and we will not enjoy in this situation. Just to put yourself in this situation, whether you will be enjoying like Edison. That comes the difference. Intelligent people will be taking calculated risk. Without intelligence, there is no creativity. But highly intelligent people, they are very, very calculative, purposeful rather than creative. That is why we cannot separate the intelligence from creativity. Intelligence and creativity, creative output is not positively correlated. Hope you got the answer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. The next question is like, what factors cause creativity, and what are best examples of creativity?
There are so many examples. I quoted so many examples. Okay, but What factors? Again, it may be innate factors as well as the trained factors. For example, fault tolerance. Okay, there are certain tests. Okay, the unusual uses of test. Unusual uses of test. Here, even for example, I asked the question: what are the different uses of the brick? Single chamber brick. What are the different uses of brick? You think for the answer. But creative person will say that even I can break your head with the brick. Okay, sometimes it is eccentric behavior. So even from the unusual uses, right, we can identify the creativity. So we don't know whether it is due to the inherent factors or external factors. We have discussed the various factors. So look for the factors, whatever we have discussed. It is not limited to only these factors. Even there are so many other factors may be identified in the recent research. So identify the factors, look for the factors which are common with the people, from where you can identify whether the person is creative. Ultimately, if the person is doing differently, Shivkara used to say, winners not always do different things, they do things differently. They do things differently. The way you present the things, the way you are expressing your polite manner, polite behavior, etc., will be the expression of creativity. So we cannot limit ourselves with this is the exact factor for creativity. That's the reason creativity research is still keep on going. Okay, so both personal factors as well as the environmental factors are available for creativity.
Thank you so
Sir, hello. Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sir, we actually. Hello.
Yes. Am I
Sir,
audible?
yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So there is a relationship between creativity, intelligence is inverse U relationship. So
Yeah,
what is
inverse.
that? Inverse U means what? Actually, it's been 4 or 5 years. I'm having this doubt, sir. What is that inverse U?
So this is what I have explained. The opposite relationship. I told about the Albert Einstein's experience.
Okay. Without which intelligence.
We will be going for calculated risk. If you are intelligent, we will be going for calculated risk, and we will be worrying about the consequences. But Albert Einstein, at that moment, you want to enjoy whatever happens. Okay, that is the enormous amount of risk taking. Normally, intelligent people will not take the enormous amount of risk. They'll be worrying about the consequences. They'll be worrying about the product. They'll be worrying about the future, and they will not take the enormous amount of it. That's what the research studies revealed, and hence it was proposed like that.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Dr. S. Balamurugan. I'm a doctorate in.
Okay.
Question, but I really wish to thank. Creativity. It was always my sweet spot because of this creativity, I will be able to do a lot of things in research. So research itself is in turn being creative process.
Not only research, even in the engineering subject should be a creative procedure.
Yes, sir. And secondarily, you were talking about Albert Einstein, and even me, I am a very big fan of Albert Einstein, and I'm a founder and chairman of Albert Einstein Engineering and Research Labs. I've been fascinated by a lot of works of Albert Einstein, and also Nicholas Tesla, an unsung hero of creativity.
Yes.
Second thing I wish to thank is I didn't expect. The role of parents in inculcating creativity in this particular session. That was a very surprising fact for me, because I'm a father of two sons, and this parenting is always my again a sweet spot. Apart from this engineering and research, parenting is something I really admire and really want to be volunteer myself. And this particular part, the role of parents in inculcating creativity in children is something I really enjoyed much this this presentation. And thanks for the valuable presentation.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Palumurugan. You have said about the creativity of parents. Definitely, the creativity of mothers while feeding their babies do come out, and every mother will agree with that. They have to come up with their innovative ideas of making the food or making the baby eat the food as well. I hope Kadiravan sir too agrees with this point. Sir, there is a next question. Can you please recommend books on creativity or the authors?
Just to go to the website. Yeah, there are so many books available. Okay, there are so many books are available. Okay, go to the website. Just to type the books on creativity. You'll be getting so many books. Okay, there is no need for recommending. See, this itself is spoiling the creative process. Okay, you have to explore. You have to identify the better author. Right. Nowadays, for all the books, there is a preface. From the preface, you can read, and you can, if you prefer that book, you can purchase the book. Okay, I will suggest the book for creativity. You can explore and get it.
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, there is a question from Prakash, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Prakash, sir, are you there? You said creative people are eccentric, complex, and unsociable, but our observation.
No, to some extent. To some extent. Okay.
Okay.
I said very clearly. If you take the scale of 0 to 10, okay, the people at the 10th level is called as eccentric in your opinion, but for them they have the satisfaction. 1 or 2, okay, they know how to curb their feelings and express whatever is required in the society. Okay, so we call them as unsociable, right? They never claim that they are unsociable. Right.
Okay,
Quoted an example. Yes.
sir, the
So
next.
what's the question?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, tell me what's the next question.
Yes, sir. To be creativity sensitive teacher is a mind training. To be a creative counselor is a conscious application of training and possibilities. This is what I try to bring to my people, teachers and counselors under training. This is by Dr. Ranvit Chawla.
Okay, you can do it. It is your wish, your desire. You have to do it.
Yes, I think that's a suggestion that he has.
Yeah, thank you. But normally in creativity and all, I won't give any suggestion because you have your own liberty to be to utilize your own creativity. How can I limit it within my time?
Yes, sir. And there is a question from Kanaka Pratap. Creativity and anxiety go together. Then how can we say
Yes.
creative people are flexible?
Yeah, anxiety. First, you should understand the meaning of anxiety. Anxiety is the initial state of disturbance which will influence the performance. Creative people are anxious because they have they have the urge to fulfill their own desire. Okay, not that they should produce something and satisfy you people. Right? They have their own anxiety, but that anxiety becomes the motivator, and due to that anxiety only, anxiety and stress are necessary to be productive in the life too. So they are utilizing their anxiety to fuel, and they are successful. Right? So anxiety is necessary. If you're not at all experience anxiety in your life, then you will become a don't care master in your life. Okay, you don't be sensitive to yourself as well as to the other people in the society. Right. So it is necessary. Anxiety is the fuel for a vehicle.
Sir, another question like role of parents. You said parents should emphasize process, not product. My doubt is if clear-cut process is defined, then child will not think out of box and chances of coming up.
Yeah. Wait. I told very clearly you should focus on the emphasize the process means you have to do by your own. Okay? Not we should give the way. Since there is a lack of time, I didn't elaborate each and every step on the parents. Just I want to give the spark only. So there are so many steps in this in each and every point for parents. I have to elaborate to a larger extent, and we don't have the time. We have to emphasize the process means don't emphasize the children to get something some product out of it. Rather, you can enjoy the process, and you should not give the process. If you give the process, it is the rule, not creativity. It's not creativity. They should identify their own process and they should enjoy their own process. And even if something goes wrong, encourage them. That's what I have insisted with that point.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful section
Thank
and
you.
patiently
Thank you so much.
answering the question and answers. There is one suggestion by Jayan Nambudri, sir, The Power of Creativity by Brian Collins. So for the participants, if you want, you can go through that book. And now I give this floor for Suresh Kumar, sir, to please do the honors of vote of thanks for our excellent presenter, Kajravan, sir.
Thank you, Veena sir. It is an amazing session. Uh, the reason I would like to say here why I selected yesterday Gajravan sir. He is the only man who can able to take and impress the audience over here. That is the only reason, sir. One. And we had a previous session, and when you look at the topic earlier, sir took, and one is about relationship, another on children and adolescents and youth. These were the topic where most of the participants who were asked, and then when we said them, I can see that the quality time he spent for preparation. And I know that even at beginning level of academic session, there are so many workload I'm having. But when you look at SAR's position and designation, and he's having a lot of workload, even though he spent some quality time for us. For that, I record my sincere gratitude to you, sir, for amazing presentation and for the quality content today. I record my sincere thanks to our patron, Dr. Dhavamani Christopher, sir. He is the Principal Secretary of the American College Madurai for continuous support. And I also thank the core team members, Dr. Subhasri, Dr. Veena, Ananya Lakshmi, Akshay Lakshmi, Ekta James, Dr. Chandra, Bharati, Mr. Krishnan, and Dr. Salim. I hope I covered all the members. Thank you all. And whenever if I had a difficulty, you all joining with me in 300 sessions, it is possible. And not because of me. You given me a chance to lead the session. And I think you all made that 300 session. Thank you all. And I thank that there are many participant names I can recollect as a family members, like friends like Jodhi Aramugam, Kanaga Pradap ma'am, Jodhi ma'am. There are a number of people who were regularly participating and supporting Dr. Vendan sir. I can say n number of people. And thank you so much for consistent support for our initiative. And we would like to have up to April, so support and encourage all of members who wish to take part in this webinar series. And the final words, again, it goes to that today's presenter, and I can say my mentor. And when you look at most of my WhatsApp group, I was mentioned. So I took role model. Again, I say here in the 300 session, sir, you are the one who made impression in the field of psychology. I'm having the urge to make an impression, but you already made. I'm following the footsteps. Definitely, I will reach one day in your level, sir. Maybe in 10 years, 10 to 20 years. Thank you so much, sir, for amazing. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And,
thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank you all for your support. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm leaving the meeting. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Yes. And participants, kindly send your queries and feedback to my webinar feedback at